Okay, so in Infinity Wars, I just had the craziest game of my life. Yes, you see the victory screen, so let's just watch what happens. Play as player, play as an opponent, play as myself. So I'm playing this jank deck. I made this deck because I really like the normal cards in this at this game. So I'm playing Zuzu, Angel of Sirens, Soldier of Fortune, and this card. Okay, so I now know how it works. So let me show you the cards I have. So I have Zuzu, that's for I can pay 4 and take control of a card on the field. I play also Soldier of Fortune because it's a 1/4/4 and it's my favorite card in the game. And it does 4 damage. And you have Radadi, the Untouchable. So this card has Untouchable, so it can only be killed by flying. And every time this card can only attack if it's the only one in the attack zone that you control. And when it does damage to the opponent's, well, you can actually read it. But when it does damage to the fortress, it gains +1/+1. So this is the win con. So the win con of this deck is to keep attacking with this card, and then keep Soldier of Fortune on the field to just annoy your opponent. We also yes, we have also has some healing cards for your base because they will be keeping attacking your base, and you will defend them. And of course, you have some destruction, protection, and you have conscription militia just because for some extra damage if needed to be. So let's just go right into the game. Our opponent just keeps playing some cards. He played this card to take 4 less damage. I actually could have used this card at the back to still have some 4 damage on the field, but I didn't. I just played the field engineer, so I can now play this card, or I can play once conscription militia. So nothing happens. My opponent has a tinker deck that just keeps tinkering their own cards and keep buffing this augmented ninja with all the cards. Because augmented ninja, every time a card is played on it that buffs the card, it is, instead of going to the discard pile, it's added back to the hand. So I chose to take control of this card instead of playing any cards. It works. Sadly, it goes to the different attack zone because you take control of a card in the attack zone and then it goes to your attack zone. And in the defense zone, it goes to your defense zone. So I have to keep that in mind while doing it. So now this card didn't attack, so I didn't gain 6/6 and I dealt less damage. So I swapped this card, the splitter, to their field, and then I attack, and my splitter gets destroyed, and I get the 2/2s for some extra defense. And this is actually it. You're just trying to defend, you're trying to think. And I also have this card, the Dug. You will never get this win condition. If I get this win condition, I will be so happy in my entire life. So your fortress has no limit on how much health it can have. So it can be buffed with himself and the field engineer higher than 100. And the first time Doug takes damage each turn, your fortress is healed by 10 damage. And at the end, if you have 200 health or more, you win the game. So that is amazing, but I'm using it to gain more health. So I just played it last turn, so I now can defend myself and I can get some more health on my fortress. So I played a bit of misplay, so I should have played Doug as second, not as third. So I had some extra damage, but it is what it is. Or extra health. So I gained 5 health because of engineer, so I'm now at 97. I did 6 damage and now it's 7/7. With 7 mana or resources left, I want to take control of this card because I was very afraid of this card coming into play, but the opponent chooses not to use it. So he uses the spell card to do damage to my, sadly do a lot of damage to my Doug, and that's the end of Doug, sadly. So I kill his Stimmy Bolt, I don't get the 5 health, and I'm now at 105 fortress health because of his low ministers. This card is now an 8/8, and there's nothing more. I just played 2 conscript militia and 1 soldier of fortune. Nothing pretty much is happening. Now he is coming into the game with augmented ninja. I don't really love his cards, so I target this card once with a card effect and it didn't get destroyed, so well, rip me, I guess. But this round, I played my militia because this is way more damage than just 199, and I think I can just keep it up. But he kills one of my militias, and he kills one of my militias, so I only have 18 damage left, or to his fortress, but that's still not enough, right? So now I also played another Doug for some extra defense. So I now put everything back and play some militia, I think. I went for the kill on Augmented Ninja, and I missed. But I did finally hit the Splitter robot with Zuza, sorry. So now it is in my defense zone. So if he kills it, oh my god, he also buffed it. But he also buffed it. So now it is in my defense zone, and when it gets destroyed, I get the 2/5/5s instead of. So that's very cool. He does not get destroyed, so I also keep in mind that I can only have one card controlled by that was from the opponent. So I cannot use her again, or else I will lose this card. So I now play a lot of militias because I have exactly 9 resources, and I just have this one card to defend and this card also to defend for some more health also. So he gains plus 4/4 and untouchable, but I defend myself with this card, so sure. And I do a lot of damage to his thing. This card has some buffs at the moment, so it can't be killed that easily, but I didn't know. So what I did is I played Firebolt on it, and I played a lot of my minions, which I should have played differently. I should have put the 5/5s in front too, because this card can't be killed at the moment. But I think the 10/10s in front is better this way. So now instead of 11 damage to his face, I do 14, so it's a bit more, and this card now has the ability to attack over him. So yes, he plays some cards. He plays a lot of buff cards, so he doesn't get destroyed. He doesn't get destroyed. Now he does get destroyed. This card doesn't get destroyed, and now he does get destroyed. If I'm yes, and then I do some damage to him. So I can now play this card and end the game if he doesn't have anything to deal with it. So what I do is I put everything back, and then I play the 11/11, and I play the weak card to the defense for you never know what can happen. So I was looking, is he going to give him a jetpack, but he doesn't have that card yet. So then give him a jetpack, gives the opponent card or a card on the field flying. But he didn't have it, so my card is still untouchable, is still very annoying. And yes, I do get the game with a full neutral deck. It's amazing, it's very amazing. I was so happy when I saw this. I immediately put on my recording and I'm very happy. Oh my god. Before I go, let me show you the deck profile, by the way. Okay, after downloading, you can see I have the same cards. I play 3 Firebolts, I play 4 Uncontrolled Rift, just for some extra powerful cards you can get. Wealthy Noble, just for some extra resources if you need to. Like I said, Field Engineer, Defense Golem, and Doug for the health gain. Cult Shot and Assassinate for the, well, killing. Assassination, by the way, look at this art. It is so amazing. How beautiful this is. Oh my god. It's so cool. Holy shit. But back, we have 1 Defense Golem because it's Defense Golem. Why not? And as much to fill in all the cards that, because if you play an all neutral deck, a lot of cards are useless, like like Useless Cow, for instance. So Conscript Militia is just a card you can put into the deck to have some kill potential for some extra, because Conscript Militia gains +1/+1 for every conscripted militia in that zone, which is pretty cool ability. So this was the deck. I said thank you for watching, but now for real, thank you.